Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. November 5th. The quality of faith. This has to do with the quality of faith. In no deep or meaningful sense had we ever taken stock of ourselves. We had not even prayed rightly. We had always said, "Grant me my wishes," instead of "Thy will be done." 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 32. God does not grant me material possessions, take away my suffering, or spare me from disasters. But He does give me a good life, the ability to cope, and peace of mind. My prayers are simple. First, they always express my gratitude for the good things in my life, regardless of how hard I have to search for them. And second, I ask only for the strength and the wisdom to do His will. He answers with solutions to my problems, sustaining my ability to live through daily frustrations with a serenity I did not believe existed, and with the strength to practice the principles of AA in all of my everyday affairs. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, November 5th. Sometimes what I do is less important than why I do it. For instance, if I choose to speak up when something bothers me, my motives for speaking up will influence what I say and how I say it. If I speak because I feel it is the right action for me to take and because I have a need to express myself, then the focus is on me. The listener's reactions become far less important. But if I speak out in order to manipulate or change another person, then their reaction becomes the focus of my attention and the measure by which I evaluate the results. I may use exactly the same words in both situations, but I am likely to feel much better about the experience if my focus is on myself. Ironically, the results usually seem more favorable that way as well. Today's reminder. Today, instead of aiming only for the results, I will consider taking actions because they seem to be the right actions for me. There is a quote from Martin Luther, and it reads, "Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I will still plant my apple tree." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, November 5th. God's Guidance. Our higher power is accessible to us at all times. We receive guidance when we ask for knowledge of God's will for us. Basic text, page 95. It's not always easy to make the right decision. This is especially true for addicts learning to live by spiritual principles for the first time. In addition, we developed self-destructive antisocial impulses. When conflict rose, we took our cues from those negative impulses. Our disease didn't prepare us to make sound decisions. Today, to find the direction we need, we ask our higher power. We stop, we pray, and quietly we listen within for guidance. We've come to believe that we can rely on a power greater than ourselves. That power is accessible to us whenever we need it. All we need do is pray for knowledge of God's will for us and the power to carry it out. Each time we do this, each time we find direction amidst our confusion, our faith grows. The more we rely on our higher power, the easier it becomes to ask for direction. We've found the power we were lacking in our addiction, a power that is available to us at all times. To find the direction we need to live fully and grow spiritually, all we have to do is maintain contact with the God of our understanding. Just for today, my higher power is a source of spiritual guidance within me that I can always draw upon. When I lack direction today, I will ask for knowledge of my higher power's will. Today, Emotions Anonymous, November 5th. Reflection for today. There are so many ways I can be helpful to others. When I am feeling sorry for myself, I will try to remember what I can do. For example, I can be a friend to someone who feels friendless. I can make a call to someone I am concerned about. I can share love with someone who feels unloved. I can just listen to someone who needs to talk. I can be with someone who is lonely. I can send a cheery card to someone who is ill or having a rough time. I can comfort someone who has lost a loved one. I can share my experiences with someone who is confused. None of these things take more than a little effort, and yet they can accomplish wonders. Meditation for today. Let me help myself by helping others. Today I will remember it takes so little to do so much. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. November 5th. Halts. Remember halts. HALTS. Do not get too hungry, angry, lonely, tired, or serious. When you get overly tired, it is easy to overreact to a situation. Exercise, get enough sleep, write in a journal, and aim for a balanced lifestyle. BRB page 427. HALT is an acronym that is well known in many 12-step programs. It stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. When we feel out of balance, it's often that one or more of these things are in play. When we become aware of what's going on, we can take the necessary steps to mend ourselves. There's often an S added at the end of HALT. That stands for serious. It might also stand for scared, or sad, or sick feelings, or conditions we have had most of our lives, but haven't always identified the effect they've had. When the S is happening, it's time to be even gentler with ourselves. We've learned that ignoring our reality doesn't make it go away. Even long-term ACAs can see their program seemingly fly out of the window whenever halts isn't addressed. At these specially vulnerable times, the remedies might include connecting with our higher power, going to meetings, and talking to other ACAs. We are learning that these things help us have balance in our lives. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I remind myself that when I feel down and don't see what's happening, remembering halts and doing the next right thing help me gently take care of myself in the way I deserve." Please share, subscribe, and like. But most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that you are not alone and that recovery is possible one day at a time.